Anishikio, wow, hello everyone. So excited to see you all here. Jolene Deshinikashan. I am proud to be Métis, Kishite Mioyan and Lima Chifwian, Samis Tototan. I'm proud to make my home here in Medicine Hat, and I'm honored to offer our land acknowledgement this evening. Tonight, those of us gathered here at Samis in Medicine Hat honor and acknowledge the original peoples of this land that we call Treaty 7 and Treaty 4 territory. The traditional lands of the Siksika, Kainai, Piikani, Stoney Nakoda, and Tsuut'ina, including the Cree, the Sioux, and the Saulteaux bands of the Ojibwe peoples. We honor and acknowledge that we are on the homelands of the Métis Nation in District 2, Battle River Territory. Our shared history is one with a great many generations before us of community leaders, guardians of the lands, medicine people, caregivers, helpers, knowledge keepers, and educators, all worthy roles that our Alberta NDP are stepping up to protect in present day. Right? Yes. We honor and respect the children and the elders, past, present, and the future, and commit to upholding their birthright to these sacred roles. So Marcy, Kinanaskomitan, Nimiyutan, and Kikatutitan, it's been nice talking with you, and it's my pleasure to introduce some special guests we have with us this evening. Kathy? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jolene, and hello, everyone. Thank you, Jolene, for that wonderful acknowledgement. And wow, what a turnout. I mean, look at all of us. This is very exciting. My name is Kathy Hogg, and I am running to be your MLA in Cypress, Medicine Hat.
And my name is Gwendolyn Dirk, and I am running to be your MLA in Brooks, Medicine Hat. I'm supposed to ask you not to whistle. We are so pleased to welcome you here today. We are here to build a better future, and that's what I want to do. And I know that I'm part of the team that's going to do it. As an English teacher for 33 years, I know how important this election is for our students, for giving our kids a better education.
And I couldn't agree with you more, Gwendolyn. While many of you know that I run a cow-calf operation out in the Cypress Hills, I have also served as a trustee for Prairie Rose Public Schools and as president of the Public School Boards Association of Alberta. This election really is about our students. And who do we trust to reduce class sizes and build schools? I'll tell you, it is not Danielle Smith.
Oh!
Today, with Danielle Smith and the UCP, tens of thousands of students have started school without a single new teacher. This is not what a better future looks like in Alberta. And that's why I'm running to hire teachers and EAs as part of the NDP government, led by Rachel Notley.
With Rachel, you can count on a government to focus on what matters to you. Growing our economy, fixing our health care, lowering the cost of living. And this is really important to me, building new schools right here in Medicine Hat. We have an ambitious plan for Alberta and for Medicine Hat. We have an amazing leader who is here to tell us what it's all about. Join us in welcoming our leader, Rachel Notley.
You're staring at your shoes. Let's change that point of view. There's a sea change coming with that orange dawn. And color's so much brighter when it shines on everyone. Stand together, stand together. Rise up and shine for the better. Stand together, stand together. Rise up and shine for the better.
Wow! This is incredible. What an incredible crowd. This is fabulous. I can't believe how many people we can fit in here. This is amazing. Thank you so much to Elder Jolynn and to Gwen and to Kathy for that amazing introduction. You know, you guys are both running such amazing campaigns down here. It's amazing. You know, driving around Medicine Hat today, there is more than a few orange signs around this city. I've been told that this is Alberta's orange country, and it certainly looks that way in this election, doesn't it? And my friends, that is because in Gwendolyn and in Kathy, you have two very experienced and capable candidates. And folks in this community, they are recognizing that. You know, Kathy had the pleasure of touring around Thomas Lukaszuk, which seemed like a lot of fun from what I could see online and stuff. Did you guys have fun? Yeah, it was amazing. She had his full endorsement in this campaign, and he is just one of the many progressive conservatives who are joining us in this election. And you know, Gwendolyn, fun fact about Gwendolyn, she has actually debated Danielle Smith more times than I have. And I think we can all agree that Gwendolyn won those debates, right? We are all so proud of both of you. And I want to say as well, to all of you, thank you so much for being here today. I see a lot of familiar faces, and I know somewhere around here where do we have? Oh, there's one right there, Bob Warner. You know, it is so good to see you, Bob, you know, and as many of you know, from Speaker's Chamber of the Legislature in Edmonton to all the way down here in Alberta's deep south, there are literally thousands of Albertans that Bob has chatted with about the value of good government and committed, dedicated public service. That is a lot of cups of coffee, Bob. So big round of applause for Bob. So good to be able to see you and so many other great familiar faces. Now, I also know that there are more and more new faces happening at these events these days. So I have to ask, show of hands, how many people is this your first NDP rally for? Very nice, very nice. Everybody else, give them a warm round of applause. And so, you know, if I haven't had a chance to introduce myself to you folks who are new to these rallies, allow me to do that. My name is Rachel Notley, and I am ready to be the Premier of Alberta. My friends, there is less than a week left in this incredible campaign to build a better future for our province, for Alberta. And the fact is, we have seen support in every corner of this province. Albertans are coming to rallies like these, and at the same time, they're coming up to me at gas stations and grocery stores and their coffee shops during our many, many hours on the highway, and they are all telling me the same thing. Not all. I'd say like 5 out of 6. Okay, we'll say that. But 5 out of 6 are coming up to me and they are saying, not only are they saying, good for you, I hope you do well, I'm voting for you, but so many of them are actually saying, I am voting NDP for the very first time. Every day, more Conservatives are realizing that our basic Alberta values, things like compassion, hard work, honesty, integrity, those are not necessarily represented anymore in Danielle Smith's version of the UCP. So as a result of that, those folks, those good folks, they are saying, you know what, I'm going to lend you my vote this time. And I say back, and I have to be very clear about this, I'm perfectly fine with that. I think that's just fine. Because you know what? To me, no one's vote is something that anyone is ever entitled to simply because of the color of a party's colors. Never. I believe very strongly that from election to election, votes are earned, not just at election time, but every single day in between. And the commitment that I have to you, to those voters that are lending us their votes, and to those voters who have always given us their votes, and everybody in between, that we will work each and every day when we win this government to make sure we have earned your vote that very day. Now, the UCP is going to throw everything it's got at us over the next 3 or 4 days. Get ready, settle in. And they're going to try to persuade us that Danielle Smith is, in fact, the person who should be premier. And they're going to say that even if in their own hearts, many of them know that she shouldn't be. Fact is, you and I share Alberta's mainstream values, and Danielle Smith does not. So this time, in this election, I ask you, urge your friends and your neighbors to vote on the values that we share, the sensible, stable, moderate values of Alberta's majority that are reflected in our party. I know. Super cutting edge stuff. Super radical. I've been going all across the province listening to Albertans, and I'm becoming more confident, my friends, that we are going to win this election. On Monday, Albertans are going to choose a new government and a better future for our province. So I just want to tell you a little bit about what that's going to look like. When we become government, me and the team, we're going to work every day, as I said, to earn your support, to earn your confidence, and most of all, to keep your trust. And by doing the things that I say that I'm going to do. Danielle Smith, she wears flip-flops, not flats, my friends. The things that she said last year, the things she said last month, the things she said last week, frankly, the things she may have said this morning, those may not be the things that she actually means right now. It is honestly quite exhausting. And we know, in fact, that many folks in her movement and Danielle herself have let it slip, that they actually have a hidden agenda. They want to gamble, for instance, with your retirement security by pulling us out of the Canada Pension Plan. She wants you to pay to see a doctor. She wants to sell off our hospitals across Calgary. These are things that she has said on tape, and not once, my friends, but over and over and over and over again. And just 2 weeks ago, her deputy premier in Lethbridge said at a debate that he thinks one way to deal with wait times in emergency rooms is for people to pay to get into those emergency rooms. My friends, enough is enough. We can take a stand right here. We can stop Danielle Smith right here. We can send Gwendolyn Dirks to the legislature in her place. I think that sounds pretty darn good to me. It is, as I've said, so important that we get back to stable, trusted, common sense leadership. Now, and I want to say, on the matter of healthcare, on the matter of public healthcare and ensuring that we always take good care of it, I have never wavered in my support for public healthcare. Not 18 years ago, not 18 months ago, not 40 years ago. I will always protect our healthcare. And mark my words, we are going to end the crisis and deliver better public health. Today, we know there is a serious shortage of doctors all over Alberta, and especially down here in southern Alberta. I know a couple from Medicine Hat, lovely people. They're both diabetic, they're both cancer survivors, and they have been without a family doctor now for over 2 years. That is just not acceptable. So we're going to make sure that every Albertan who needs a doctor gets a doctor. And as I said before, they will not have to pay a single cent to see that doctor. And not only that, my friends, not only that, we are going to ensure that when you see that doctor and they prescribe some of those things, we're going to make sure that more of those medications are accessible to you, including free contraception. We will also cover 5 free mental health counseling sessions. We know how important that is to our healthcare. And at the same time, we will run the largest recruitment of healthcare frontline professionals ever seen in the history of this province, starting with restoring respect for every single one of those folks. And we're going to make life more affordable for families as well, by freezing income taxes, by increasing benefits, capping car insurance, and yes, protecting your pension. We're going to help parents with younger kids with the cost of sports and other activities so that their kids can get the best future possible. You know, I heard that a local Hatter just received a full tuition scholarship to Yale because of his exceptional musical talent, which is, quite cool. That's amazing. But I want to see more young Hatters achieving their dreams with or without a special scholarship to Yale. I just want them to be able to get that. And that starts with giving them the opportunities to pursue their passions and making these activities, whether it's playing cello or playing soccer, an affordable and accessible activity that their family can offer to them. And those kids, when they grow up, we want to also make sure, or just generally speaking, we want to make sure that they can get a good education in a good school that's close to home. Because we're going to do that because we are going to build the Hamptons Elementary School. And we will modernize St. Mary's Junior High School. And we will replace St. Francis Xavier Elementary School. And we are going to also start supporting our students and making sure that they have the classroom supports that they deserve. You know, I've told this story a couple times on the campaign trail. You know, since I've been in opposition, I've had the chance to visit schools and visit classrooms, and I've spoken to educational assistants and to parents and to a few kids and to teachers. And I now, like, because of the stories, you know, I imagine, I think of the kids they've told me about, and I see this picture in my mind of a 6-year-old in grade 1 in a classroom that should have, you know, 17, 18 other kids in it. Instead, it's got somewhere between 30 and 35 kids in it. And that 6-year-old, she puts up her hand because she doesn't quite understand the concept she's being taught. She puts up her hand to get help, and she waits for a minute or two, and then 3, and then 4, and nobody comes. And so eventually, she puts down her hand, and she tries this again the next day, and maybe the next day, and then after that, she just stops raising her hand. And she falls quietly through the cracks. My friends, this is something that I know is happening in schools all across this province as a result of the outrageous decisions taken by the UCP. And we will not stand for it. We have had 35,000 new students come into our classrooms over the course of the last 4 years, and the UCP has not hired a single solitary teacher for those extra 35,000 students. And on top of that, they fired 10,000 educational assistants by tweet on a weekend. This cannot go on, my friends. So that will end on Monday. From day one, we are going to get to work hiring thousands more teachers and educational assistants, and we will make sure that that young girl gets the help she needs. And we will ensure that when she gets that help, she's also getting it from a curriculum that teachers have had a chance to participate in improving and making sure it's a modern, progressive curriculum for years to come. And when that young girl grows up, she is, of course, one of our future leaders. And when she goes up, she and all the other kids she went to school with, well, they're going to be able to go to post-secondary. And there is going to be space in post-secondary to pursue the career and the future that they want. Because we are going to add 30,000 student spaces in universities, colleges, and polytechs across the province in the next 4 years alone. And that includes right here in Medicine Hat College. And while we do that, we are going to freeze tuition and we're going to reverse the increases that we saw announced this last spring. And the fact of the matter is that we have to do this because this is so critically important for our kids now and for us all for the future. And when that's all done and those folks get out of school, and including the ones that are there right now, there's going to be good paying jobs for them to apply for because we are going to invest in our economic future. We are going to create more good paying jobs in everything from petrochemicals to hydrogen to value-added agriculture. We are going to be supporting our oil and gas industry while reducing emissions and growing the economy of the future because we know that diversification is not a luxury. It is, in fact, a necessity. And the way we get there is we declare that is the goal that we will not stop until we reach. And this will not be the forgotten corner. It will be an economic hub that drives growth across southern Alberta. With more jobs, more investment, and I suspect more small businesses. We'll have more, even more if possible, hidden gems here, just like I think it's Sabai, Zucchini Blossom, McBride's Bakery, because guess what? There won't be paying any small business tax under an NDP government. We are going to give them a break, and we're going to do that because we know that the money that they get from that will stay right here in this community, growing the economy right here in Medicine Hat. And we will do this, my friends. We will do this without making Albertans or asking Albertans to make sacrifices. We can achieve the Alberta we all know we can be with an economy that is prepared for the future and less exposed to the booms and busts that we've unfortunately become all too familiar with. And I know that Medicine Hat has been particularly hard hit by the boom and bust cycle. So let us all get off that roller coaster together. Let's build the economy that will be more resilient together, strong and growing. I'll do that because I also have a team that is dedicated to getting us there. Now, Danielle, she doesn't like to talk too much about her team. Not a lot. The latest round of extreme comments coming from the UCP, quite honestly, are quite ugly, they're embarrassing, they're offensive, and they're deeply worrisome. Just look at what some of the things that have been in the news and look at how Danielle Smith has responded. It's always clarify, deny, or lie. Danielle Smith has actually tolerated profoundly hateful and extremist views from her candidates because these are the people that unfortunately she has started to cater to. So the fact of the matter is as well is that in many cases Danielle Smith herself has said many of these extreme things that I am so worried about. She's called criminals to discuss their criminal charges, interfering in the justice system, and breaking the law in the process. Those aren't my words. Those are the words of the Ethics Commissioner. It is wrong, and that activity is in fact a threat to the fundamental principle of democracy in Alberta, and those too are the words of Alberta's Ethics Commissioner. This is unprecedented, my friends. More importantly, this is just not who we are. So, the fact of the matter is that we can do better, and we must do better. We must stand together, and we must come together to defend the province that we care about, the Alberta that we know we are. Inclusive, welcoming, compassionate, with respect for each other, with respect for diversity, with respect for human rights, with respect for the law, and respect for our democracy. So my friends, this election really comes down to who you trust, to lead us into the future and to deliver on what matters to you. So if you want better health care, join us. If you want a better quality of life, lower insurance costs, your pension protected, all within Canada's lowest tax province, join us. If you want better leadership and someone you can trust to grow our economy, champion our energy industry, and always, always work for you, go out and vote. Alberta NDP. Vote for Gwendolyn. Vote for the amazing, amazing Kathy. Make sure that you get both of these strong, fabulous, amazing candidates elected and sent to Edmonton to stand up for you in the legislature and be part of our government. My friends, as long as we stand together, we can and we will win this thing. Let's build a better future together. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
You're staring at your shoes. Let's change that point of view. There's a sea change coming with that orange dawn, and color's so much brighter.